Hello and welcome to this video on how to create and set up your research poster for submission as part of your assessment for the second module. So to start, you can see I've just got a blank presentation, PowerPoint presentation slide, and I haven't even saved it yet. So to save it, just click F12. I've got it on my desktop and I'm going to call it poster presentation. Okay. So first thing is I want to click on the slide, select everything and delete it. What you'll notice, I already have on my slide the grid lines set to show. That'll help later on with bringing things into line. To do that, just choose the View tab and toggle on the grid lines if they're not already on. Okay, next we want to set up the slide to the right dimensions. To do that, just go to the Design tab, click Slide Size and Custom Slide Size. And I would recommend setting up your slide as an A0 piece of paper. So if you've got A4 is the standard, A0 is the biggest. And I happen to know that A0 is 118.9 centimeters wide and 84.1 centimeters high. And I'm clicking maximize, and that gives me the full size. This will be useful later on when we save and as you go to submit, because it means you're not going to be dealing with very small text and very small text boxes. And you'll see that the software has already just auto zoomed so that I'm now down to 23% magnification just so you can see the full page. But to give you an idea of the scale, if I zoom in to 100%, that's the view I get. And we'll be using that later on, but I'll go back to 23% again just so we can see the full thing. Next, what I would say is format your background. Since we're on the Design tab, just click Format Background. I've got Solid Fill and just choose a neutral color. That one will do for the time being, but nothing too strong. Next, we want to create our columns. Most research posters have 3 columns. You might have fewer, you might have more, but I would recommend 3 because I know you've got a number of sections, about 6 sections that you have to include according to the rubric that your tutors have given you. You've got about 6 sections. So let's say about 3 columns. There's no way of creating columns in posters really. You do it by just inserting a text box, and I click there like that. And I'm going to give that a solid fill white just to make it pop out from the background. Now you'll remember I set up the slide as 118.9 centimeters wide, so I know that a text box of about 38 centimeters will give me enough scope to have 3 side by side. So I'll just copy and paste that 3 times. So I've got 3 separate text boxes, and I'll choose this one. I'm just going to align it up here to the center. And I'll bring that up to roughly there. And after that, I just drag until you'll see the red guidelines snap on when I'm in line. And I'll do the same on the other side. And I've got the red lines, drag across, and then I'm waiting until I get that red snap that shows me that we're equidistant. So there I've got my 3 columns set up. And you also need a title. So again, I just copy a text box and I just bring it to the full width of the page and just make sure I'm in alignment. And I tend to have no fill on my title. So for that text box, I'm going to have my title as, let's say, font 80. I'll center align it and just put it in as title. My first text box, I know you've got your intro. And as I said, because we've got a big text, we're going to have, sorry, because we've got a big document, I'm going to set my headings as size 48. So if I copy that text box, I can see from your rubric, your next text box is going to be your literature review. Set that one up too, and we've got your methodological evaluation and so on. Just make them the same. I made a mistake and give that a 40 font. So there's your first 3 sections done. So we've set up the slide We've saved it. We've set the background. We've set the dimensions correctly. And we've just used text boxes in order to create 3 columns, which is sort of your classic research poster.